Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Zreya Wealth, and as part of the series of discussion regarding financial biases which affect your investment decisions and personal finance, today we are going to discuss about information bias. So information is something which is critical in making our decisions. So let's understand what is information bias from Venkatesh himself. So Venkatesh, what is your thought on information bias? What is it actually?
See, in today's world, we live in a completely different world, right? When we were in our school days few decades ago, right? The kind of news channels or the kind of TV programs that used to get broadcast was very much limited, right? You will get morning, at least news was something like telecasted twice a day, okay? Not more than that, and the number of business channels was something which was very much irrelevant those days. Now in the digital era, and after a lot of changes and a lot of development that has happened, there is a lot of information overloading that is happening, right? You do have dedicated news channels which runs 24/7. Apart from news channels, you have got business channels, that too in multiple numbers, okay, which keeps on popping out a lot of information about what is happening around you. So unfortunately, what happens is, like, due to this information overload, people are not able to select, okay, which information is the right information and which information is the wrong information. Forget about the TV channels and the broadcasting channels, that business channels that is there around. Apart from that, there are many so-called experts giving their opinions on which stock to buy, which stock to sell, what is the best strategy in F&O, okay, how you can become a crorepati with 1 lakh of investment in 5 years.
Within a year? Or?
Yeah, within a year is very short. With 1 lakh investment in at least 2 years, 3 years, you can become a crorepati. So these kind of lot of information is there available across, okay. Even you take your mobile, if you are into social media, then you are exposed to all these information. So to decide which one to take and which one not to take is something which is very, very crucial. For that, you first clearly need to understand what is your requirement is, what is your goals are, what is your cash flow is, what is your budgeting is. Once you have that clearly written in place, then you will not fall prey for this information bias, or else you will be completely confused on which particular thing I need to believe on. There are from lot of sources, there are a lot of information coming in. Informations like, especially if you walk around in the city, I can see small posters which says earn 5,000 rupees a day by doing share market trading. If that is a reality, okay, and there will be some fees charged for that. If that is a reality, if somebody can earn 5,000 rupees a day, why should a common man go and work somewhere outside? Everybody can go and do that, right? But whoever falls prey for that information, they go there and they find out that earning 5,000 rupees on a daily basis is something which is impossible, and that is a wrong information. To understand it is a wrong information, they need to go through this painful process of losing money. That's what happens in the current world, where it is not only digital, even the so-called traditional billboards are there, which shows that earn 5,000 rupees a day by investing in stock market, which is completely misleading. So how you perceive the information, that matters, and how you can not fall prey for this is like having a proper, you understand your financial position first, what is your requirement is, how to set goal for yourself, and then you need to take the information whichever is relevant for you, and to avoid the other things which is more tempting, which shows you that this particular option gives you much more higher return, or this particular option is much more lucrative than other things. That and all, again, you need to do the basic analysis, research, and then take a proper decision. So information overload, that is what is something which all of us are facing, and you need to be smart enough to understand, to pick which particular information that you need to carry. That is what is basically information bias is all about.
So today there is a basic differentiation between what is real and what is fake news, right? That confusion is still there, right?
See, it is again depends on the person who consumes that information, okay? For a person who is in bad need of making money, and you go and tell him that I want to, you got 1 lakh rupees to invest, and I need to get 3x or 5x of returns in a such short period of time. For that particular person, any information of this sort might be very much tempting. Okay, that is what his requirement is. So if those kind of people get these kind of information, they will fall in this trap without understanding the real requirement. These are the people who are going to fall prey for this. You need to first understand 3x or 5x of return within this short span of time is practically impossible. Nobody can do that. And if you look at, there are a lot of channels, or there are a lot of the so-called experts, financial experts or financial gurus giving tips on futures and options. Okay, and this is something which, who is taking the ideas from these particular gurus are a person who is working for a software company, who is completely engaged in his work, and he doesn't have much time to look at how F&O market works. Only just by following these tips, the so-called misinformation, they tend to lose huge money. I had seen people who has lost a huge money, and they got stuck with their career itself just because of taking all these wrong information. If you are a techie working for a software company, ensure that you focusing on your work and do invest in things that you can understand, right? Without understanding a particular option, F&O is an option which is good for a certain set of people. It is not for every layman. It is not possible to make money of F&O. And if you look at statistics, and if you ask a F&O trader to show their balance sheet, I am talking about the person who is not a full-fledged trader, okay, who is doing on a part-time basis just because of a misleading information. If you look at their balance sheet, or if you look at the account statement at the end of the year, one day he would have made profit, the other way he would have lost. So end of the day, if you look at, the broker is the one who would have made much money rather than the investor himself. So all these things are happening basically because of falling for a wrong information without looking at whether the information is correct or not. This is happening very frequently nowadays because of the information overload. So everybody has to be careful. How you can keep yourself protected is by having your own financial plan written in place. Once you know where you want to go, then the how part will come in, how much is required, your cash flow, your budgeting, all these things pre-planned will help you not to fall for these kind of wrong information. That is the only way in which you can protect yourself.
So there is too much overload of information just on the output or what I could get from it, rather than allowing me to research on the exact information about the product as such, right?
Exactly. See, that is what is the point, right? When everybody wants to make money, there is no doubt about that, and there is a difference between what you can call it as an expected decent return and greed. Okay, if you are greedy enough, then you definitely will fall prey for all these kind of misinformation. So you need to control your greed and have a realistic expectation in place. When you can have a realistic expectation in place is like once you have control over your finance. That is something which you need to understand, where you stand in terms of your personal finance and where you want to go. The basic concepts of finance needs to be understood so that you can yourself keep away from all these misinformation.
There is basically too much overload of information, and I should be aware of what is exactly the product is, whatever I am consuming.
Exactly. Before getting or before signing the dotted lines, you need to clearly understand for what kind of product that you are parking your money in. And again, if you don't understand, please don't invest. That is the simple logic. If you don't understand an investment option, if you don't understand cryptocurrency, please don't go and get into that. There is nothing wrong in not being part of crypto bandwagon. Okay, you can still live a peaceful life without getting over there. If you don't understand, please don't go there and get your hands on, and then don't.
But how many people really see whether the crypto is tangible asset? Is there any tangible asset or not? Do the people see that? They just see the profits there.
See, you cannot say whether crypto is a right investment option or a right trading option or whatever it is. That is a completely debatable topic altogether. But any person who can spend time on understanding how crypto works, that is up to them. So there is nothing, I don't find anything wrong in that, somebody going in that way where they are putting their efforts, time and things to understand how it works, and then they are parking their funds. That is a completely different story. What is more concerning is about without understanding anything about these investment options, anything about how blockchain works, how cryptocurrency works, without understanding anything, just because of a misinformation stating that this particular crypto investment is going to give you 3x return in 1 year.
Whether it is even regulated or not, right?
Nobody is bothered about that, because once you get that return part in place, but that is getting projected 3x return in a year, so people fall prey for that, and lot of scams is getting uncovered in the recent times with these crypto trading scams. If I am not wrong, in Kerala there has been a scam which involves around 14,000 crores in a small town. So all these things are happening. So it is basically because of misinformation.
So they basically try to anchor this thought of
Yes.
crypto.
As we complete the series of this entire behavioral finance, all these biases are more or less interconnected. So once the anchoring effect is there, and this effect will also make it much more worse. So once, if you can avoid the anchoring effect in the initial days, then you may escape from other biases. So it's all interconnected, and you need to have a clear understanding on how to protect yourself from all these biases and not to fall prey for this.
Okay. So thank you Venkatesh for that useful piece of information on information bias. I hope it was useful for our viewers also. So please do subscribe to our channel and offer your valuable comments so that we can improve on our next content. Thank you.